ladies, Happy New Year. I pray that this new year you will experience God in a deeper way and experience more spiritual growth in 2025. Today, I want to make a video about how you can keep God first in 2025. Now, before I go any further, let me just address the elephant in the room, okay? So I have my laptop here, which I will be using to make sure that I stay on track. And so I apologize in advance if I sound a little robotic until I get used to using my outlines and sticking to my outlines. And then eventually I will no longer need it. So I had to say that just to get that out of the way so that I can continue with the video. All right. So now that that's being said, as you can see from the title of this video, I'm going to talk about 3 ways you can put God first in 2021. I'm sorry, 2025. I'm talking about 2021. Now, if you are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Nasheia Smith, and by day, I'm an attorney. I'm also a speaker, life coach, author, and a minister, and I love to help Christian women to navigate their spiritual growth, especially Christian women who have left toxic relationships and may have experienced some of the effects from being in a toxic relationship and who are seeking spiritual growth to get closer to God and also get closer to their purpose. This channel is different from a lot of other channels that you may see as it relates to navigating Christian relationships or growing in Christ. And what makes this channel different is that I bring my experience, my professional experience being a family law attorney, into this realm of helping Christian women navigate relationships. And so that's what makes this channel a little bit different. Also on this channel, you'll see a lot of transparency, a lot of authenticity, and just the compassion to really help people so that they can be all that God has created them to be. Now, I want to give you a quick story before I get to the content of this video to let you know the inspiration. How did I even come up with this title? How did I come up with the title of Putting God First? Well, how I came up with this title was from my own personal life, right? So for those of you who've been following the channel for a while, you know that I'm married. I got married last year. And so I started to experience certain things in my life that made me realize that I had neglected spending that time with God. Meaning that I was no longer being consistent with spending that time, waking up early in the morning, spending that time with God, praying, reading my word. I was doing it, but I wasn't as consistent as I was on my single season. And the Lord revealed to me and said, hey, Nasheia, I want us to get back to the place where you really was seeking me the same way you did when you were single. And so when I started to do that, when I started to get back on track with that, I noticed a difference in my life. I noticed that I had more peace. I noticed that I had more joy. I noticed that I was better able to deal with the stresses of life. And I just felt God in a closer way. And so that's what led to the inspiration of this video. With that being said, let's get straight to the 3 things that you can do this year to put God first in 2025. Number 1 is prayer. Definitely have to start with prayer. And so what I want to add to this as I talk about prayer is making sure that this year you be intentional about carving out specific time to pray. Whether that's first thing in the morning, before, if you're a parent and you have children, before your children wake up, or if you're married, before your spouse wake up, or if you have a roommate, before your roommate wakes up, or if you live with family, before family members wake up. Take that time to spend with the Lord alone. Some of you may not be morning people. You may do better at night. And so you have to determine what works best for you and what time you'll be the most alert with minimal distractions to pray. Also, you want to consider the place. Where do you want to pray? Like what would be a place where you could pray where you could just focus on God with minimal distractions? And so for me, it's in my bedroom and I have this little rug that I sit on to pray. Sometimes, if I can be completely transparent, I'm so tired and sometimes I just do it from the bed. Let me just be real with you. But I do have a dedicated space in my room that I like to use to pray. So that's the second thing you want to think about. And the third thing is just no distractions, but I already talked about that. So we're going to move on to number 2. Okay, tip number 2. Another thing that you can do to put God first in 2025. And so moving right along, we're going to talk about Bible study. So with Bible study, I'm talking about not just reading the Bible, but studying the Bible. And this is so important for many reasons, but I just want to highlight 2. 1, it's important that you take time to study the Bible so that you can understand the Bible in its proper context, the proper meaning, so that you can have the correct interpretation, so that you can apply it and live by it, right? So that's the one reason why you want to make sure that you're taking time to do Bible study in 2025. The second reason is so that you can guard yourself against spiritual deception and false teachings. And if you stick around to this channel later on, I'm going to be talking about spiritual deception and spiritual warfare. That's going to be later towards the end of the year. But I want to do a series talking about the dangers of that, because it's real. It's rampant. It's real and it's rampant. I'll leave it there because 2025, I will be limited in my tangents. Okay. So stay tuned if you want to see the video where I talk about that. So it's really important that you take time in 2025 to study the Bible, whether you prefer to do that alone or whether you prefer to join a Bible study group. Now, if you choose to join a Bible study group, I would suggest that you join a Bible study group at a church or in a community setting where you know the teaching is solid and it's sound doctrine. It's not just, because nowadays people just say, oh, it's on the Bible study group, and you don't know what they're teaching. So you want to make sure you do your due diligence and pray and ask for discernment, and so the Lord can show you which group you should join. Number three, this is another thing that you can do to put God first in 2025, and that is in your decisions and your thought life. In your decisions and your thought life. Meaning, before you make a major decision, before you make any decision really, that can affect your life, you want to make sure that you go to God first in prayer. When it comes to your thoughts, you want to make sure that you are surrendering your thoughts to God and His Word. And if you want to see a video, where I talk about some of the revelations that I've been having as it pertains to my thought life and my mental health and certain things that the Lord has been showing me with my own mental health, let me know by hitting the like button. You can also let me know in the comment section. And the reason why I feel led to share this is that I know that I'm not the only person. I know there are a lot of other people. There are a lot of other Christians that are saved, but they still battle in their mind. They still have issues with negative thoughts and stinking thinking and irrational beliefs and irrational thoughts. And they don't know how to move forward. They don't know. They want to be delivered from it. They want to be healed from it, but they don't know they don't know where to start. And they may feel like they've been dealing with these thoughts for so long that they may feel like there's no hope. And so if that's you, I have a special place in my heart for you, because I know what that's like. So let me know by hitting the like button. Also, just let me know in the comment section down below as well. Now, I just want to do a quick recap on the 3 things that you can do this year in 2025 to put God first. Again, number 1 is prayer, right? You ain't hear me talk a lot about prayer. Prayer. Number 2, Bible study. Number 3, surrendering your decisions and your thoughts to the Lord and to His Word. So, with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. If you found this video to be helpful, please let me know by hitting the like button. Please let me know by commenting down below. And since this is the beginning of the new year, comment down below and let me know where you're tuning in from, where you're watching from. I would greatly appreciate that. Until next time, remember that you do not have to do this journey alone. You have support. I think one of the biggest things when it comes to not growing and not experiencing all that God has for you is you may feel like you don't have support. You may feel hopeless. You may feel like you've been in your situation for too long and you don't see the light at the end, and you just don't believe it's possible for you. And so I know what that's like, and I understand how deep down you want to grow. Deep down you want to be better, but you just don't know where to start, and you don't know who to trust. I think that's the other part too. You don't know who to trust, because maybe you trust the people in the past and they've hurt you, they betrayed you. And so I would encourage you to pray and ask the Lord if this is a community that you should be a part of. And if so, I would love to be with you on that journey and to hold your hand and support you, so that you know that you do have support and you do not have to do this alone. Until next time, be blessed on purpose. Take care. Bye-bye.